Welcome to AFIS Celebrity Spotlight. I'm Nancy J. Who is the first actor to play the same superhero in 4 movies since Christopher Reeve? That would be Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I got a chance to talk with Hugh and the rest of the band of mutants from X-Men Origins to find out what it's like to be a little different.
I loved the opening sequence. I mean, that right there sucks you right in.
That is one of my favorite parts of the movie, and to shoot it was one of my favorite parts because people watching this will get it. We shot for 2 or 3 weeks a sequence which probably is 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes of the film, maybe, and we cover the Civil War, First World War, Second World War, Vietnam, and you've watched this guy, Wolverine, who's been a warrior his entire life with his brother fighting all these wars, and it's just one after the other. And I tell you, I studied history when I was at school. I studied all the wars. I was really into it. I could have just not studied any of that and turned up to the 2 weeks of shooting of this and learnt more than I did in those textbooks. It was great fun.
So is that exciting to be able to play that part?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. You know, for me it was a bit of a wish fulfillment because I wanted to play Deadpool for a long time. I've been a fan of the comic for...
Why Deadpool?
You know, my brother, growing up, was obsessed with this comic book called The Punisher, and then he became even more obsessed with another one called Deadpool. And I found it sitting on his coffee table one day, and I said to him, "You're a grown man. You have children, you pay taxes, and you have a job. Why are you reading comic books? Isn't there a novel you should check out?" And he kind of laughed and said, "Just look at it, you might like it." And I, of course, looked at it and got hooked, and then, you know, started to order them online in different places, and now, you know, here I am playing the role.
Describe your character, Sabretooth. I mean, he's the anti-hero, really.
Well, for me, it was sort of like the idea that what I love about Wolverine in the comic is it's basically a guy who's at war with himself. He's fighting his own nature. And that whole yin and yang principle of how you can't have light without darkness, you can't have great good without great evil, and that I think people relate to that notion of fighting their own inner demons. And in a lot of ways, for me at least, and I've always loved the Wolverine comics, what Sabretooth represented to me was that embodiment of Wolverine's darker side. And so that was actually a lot of fun to play, particularly with Hugh.
Knowing that the woman you loved was hunted down. I can make all this go away. I'm putting together a special team with special powers. Join me, but you will have your revenge. Mutants. I don't hate them. They must be controlled. Lock down!
You feel that pain. I mean, that looked excruciating.
It was painful. I have to say, the 3 days I spent in that tank were some of the more uncomfortable. And kind of funny, too, because there were things I had to do timed with cameras, so I had to get direction during the take, but couldn't hear anything. So the director had his arm, Gavin, had his sleeve pulled up with his arm in the tank, yanking on my toes. And I don't know if you met Gavin yet, but he's very enthusiastic. And he gets, when he's the take, he's like, yeah, and he starts yelling. I think I have about 3 dislocated toes from just shooting that scene.
Which would be the only thing wrong with your body. Because let me tell you something. You look really good.
Well, I worked pretty hard for it. But
what was it Liev said, Full Metal Jackman?
Yeah, Leah put me through my paces too. When we were doing our fight sequences, there was, let me tell you, there weren't many days I wasn't going home bruised. But, you know, it's funny, and I'm hesitating to say it was tough and hard because I know that a lot of the men and women who are watching this, and by the way, my sister was in the Army. She was in the intelligence corps for the British Army. I know all about the training. So, as I say, it was tough. I can feel them going, you want to know tough, buddy? Come and train with us. But for me, for an actor, for a wussy actor, it felt pretty hard.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Don't worry, we'll stop him.
You just spent $500 million making him indestructible.
Found the young mutant you've been looking for?
Logan isn't the only piece of this puzzle. Hunt him down.
You all got a choice, son. Mine got taken. That will never happen again.
We can't just let you walk away.
Ooh, shiny.
Look for X-Men Origins, Wolverine at your real-time theater.